are getting away with whatever. These political terms that we hear on these different stations, depending on where you're tuning in. But God hears the truth. Whether we want to believe the truth when it's presented to us, God hears and sees the truth. And here's an example of how he hears. Go to Exodus chapter 3, verse 7. The Lord told him, talking about Moses, I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries of distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I'm aware of the suffering. So he sees, he hears, he's aware. And he understands what those cries of distress mean. And these people are his people. The people that we're saying are not worthy to be supported in whatever area of this country because they have the color of their skin is something that you find appalling. You find a fright. You find that there's too many of them. You find that they're too powerful. They have too many positions. They have too much money. All this stuff that we saw in Exodus 1, that level of behavior is happening now. And we want to make excuses for it, but the reality is fear and distrust of God, and not understanding that it's not about the people that you see. It's about the demonic forces behind why you have that kind of a heart attitude that God hears and sees and knows that it leads to debauchery. It leads to slavery. It leads to injury. It leads to every week we see somebody depraved in their mind, that they would go and look for people because of the color of their skin to murder them in broad daylight. It is infectious. Racism and nationalism and things about hatred